What's up, Casey? This is Ayanna, and I'm excited because today I'm going to show you how to go from an old, weak, gross wrap to some voluminous curls and, a little va-va-boom. And I'm excited because I get to show you the whole process in snippets, of course. So, first, I wash my hair, and this is the best shampoo ever. Like, today, I went from Walmart to CVS to Walgreens, and Walgreens had it, and it's the Bio Infusion shampoo, and I love it because there's no sulfates or parabens, which are extremely good that you don't have them in your hair because they dry them out and makes your hair brittle, and we don't want that. But one thing they do is when you lather your hair, makes it really lathered, and so don't expect too much of it when shampoos said that they don't have them inside. Also, before you shampoo, I always just put a little oil in my hair. It helps me detangle, but since I'm going from this wrap, it's not hard to detangle. But of course, if you're going from like your curly hair and it's dry to, moisturizing it and everything, then it's good. It helps a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to section off my hair into pieces, and after I section them out, I'm going to comb them, and then I'll have them in different sections, and then you'll see what that looks like. And then when I go from sectioning, I'm going to wash it, and the sectioning really helps with washing because it doesn't tangle your hair all within each other. It's way easier. You should try it. Okay guys, I'm back, and all I did, okay, I look crazy, yes, I know, but all I did was I took my hair into sections, and I took a comb to it and made sure that there are no knots in there, and I just got everything out, which would make it way easier when I wash my hair in the shower or at a sink or in the tub, wherever. But when I wash it, I know that it will keep my hair from tangling within itself, which is huge because if you have curly hair, I have 3C, I believe. And with this curly hair, it's hard to contain once it gets in its natural state. So any precautions you can take before, take them because it's helpful. Alright guys, I'm back, and you see this plethora of random items I have here. It's for this conditioner that I use for my hair, and I promise it works so good. But I know you think I'm weird. You see the real mayonnaise, you see the eggs, the honey, the olive oil, like what am I supposed to do with that? You mix it up and put it in your hair. So I'm going to show you what I do and what I use to make a conditioner that revives my hair. I promise, it's great. So I put 2 honking tablespoons of real mayonnaise in my hair. And yes, real mayonnaise. I don't use hair mayonnaise. There's probably isn't a huge difference, but real sounds better to me. And then I put actually 1/4 of an avocado in here this time, which is different than what I usually do. And it's already mixed up and with the mayonnaise. And I also put 1 tablespoon of honey in here, and that works for moisturizing your hair. It literally gets in your hair shafts and it moisturizes them like crazy. And then I also put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. I just eyeball it. I mean, don't have to be technical. And then I put an egg in for the protein because hair needs protein. Oops. And then I mix it all up. And make sure you mix it good because since it is going in your hair, you want to evenly distribute it. And when you put it on your hair, you're going to put a good amount. Make sure it's super saturated. And you're going to go through and detangle your hair while you're putting this on your hair. And I know it's weird, guys. I know it's weird. But look, you see the consistency? It's thick, but it's not, and it's runny, but it's not like loose and gross or whatever. So now I'm going to show you how I put it on my hair. If I can get this out, I can show you. Okay, so here I have my Bellicone. This works well on hair that's been washed just because of its wider teeth or whatnot. So I'm going to go through and make sure that everything's detangled. See that knot right there? Just grab it and keep going until this is where the sections once again come in handy, because I wouldn't be dealing with this whole head of mine. And then before I put in the conditioner, I go ahead and take a little bit of olive oil. And I just have the Great Value because I bought it. If my mom bought it, I would have asked for something better. But honestly, there's not a difference between Great Value and any other organic brand. As long as it says 100% extra olive oil, extra virgin olive oil as an ingredient. Now, if it has other stuff in it, I wouldn't suggest it. But you just coat it with the olive oil, get it moisturized, and then you go in with a comb again. Make sure everything's knot free, and then you go in. I know you guys are grossed out, but the avocado is great for moisturizing. I know you've heard of avocado oil. Well, this is just it in its truest form. I just cut it up 1/4 of an avocado, and then I just mushed it like it was guacamole, and then started mixing it with the mayonnaise and the egg for the protein, the honey for the moisture. All together, it makes for an amazing conditioner. So I'm just going to show you in this section how I do it, and then later on I'll show you with my whole head conditioned. But I just go in with my fingers, and I find finger detangling way easier. But that's just because I can feel everything that's going on in my hair, making sure I get every curl. Make sure it is saturated because it's important. And then after I go through my whole head, I go back and just put the remainder because I don't want to waste it. I'm that person, don't waste anything. So I'm just going through, making sure that everything's coated. And do you see the difference? Let's see. See how this one's starting to get its curl pattern back, and it's liquidy. So if things drip, just make sure you have something to catch it, or if you don't mind getting dirty, who cares then? But you see how my curls pattern is starting to come back versus this where I don't have any conditioner. It's still frizzy and looks like it's been combed and dry. So just continue what I'm doing throughout your entire head, and then once I finish my head, I'll check back in with you guys and let you see what's going on. Okay, I'm back, and now you can see it's still in its sections, and I'm just going to take my hair down just to show you how a section should be and how saturated each strand of hair should be. They should kind of clump up depending on the hair type. Every hair type's different, so I'm not sure how mine would react versus yours. But for mine, my hair is starting to clump up in sections and moisturize finally because it needed it. So I'm just putting them all back into little knots on my head, and then I'm actually going to put a little shower cap on, and I'm going to keep this on for about an hour just to make it a deep conditioning. So after an hour with this on my head, I will take it off, and it's going to be even more saturated just because all the juices got to flow and be captured and everything. And then I'm going to rinse it out in cold water. Cold water is a huge deal actually, because when you rinse it out in cold water, it locks in all the moisture that you've worked so hard to get, and it just keeps the hair less frizz. It reduces the frizz, and it keeps it in its structure once it's been moisturized. So I'll show you guys how it looks after I keep this on for an hour, and once I rinse it out with cold water. Okay guys, I'm back, and I'm really excited to show you that my hair is dripping wet, like really bad, but it has little ringlets. It's moisturized all over again, has little avocado chunks all in my hair that I have to get out eventually. But overall, I'm excited because it's back to health, and it's not that old ratchet rat. Like, I was so over. I'm glad that I washed my hair. But now afterwards, I do go back and I moisturize. And literally, it doesn't matter what you use to moisturize as long as you use some healthy oil. One oil I absolutely hate and do not want you guys to use is oil sheen. I do have some, but I hate it because it is filled with alcohol. And the aerosol is just not good for your hair. So it dries your hair out terribly. Don't put it directly on, your hair of length. Now I do have a shaved side, so I do spray it when it's dry, to give it a little sheen in the oil. But honestly, I use any of these and put it on my small spot too. This I've had for literally maybe 2 or 3 years since I've transitioned. So once it's ran out, it's not coming back in the house. Like, it's so bad for your hair. It's flammable. Well, I guess a lot of stuff is flammable. But that's bad. And geez, it's just, don't use this. I can't even find there's so many notes. Never use near open flame. Don't puncture. It's just too dangerous. You can puncture this. And you can use it around open flames. I wouldn't recommend it, but it wouldn't kill you. You know what I mean? Olive oil, love it. Africa's Best. It's filled with all different types of oils. Let's see here. There's soybean oil. There's castor oil. There's sweet almond oil. There's sesame seed oil. There's just so many in here. And all of them have different characteristics that are good for your hair. So I endorse this. You see it's almost gone, right? And then let's see what else. Coconut oil. Love it. It also has, I believe it has like vitamin E and other things within this. And then I'm ashamed to say I've used all of my African shea butter because I love it so much. Like, it's gone basically. I'm down to the scrapings. But that just shows you how much I love it, and it's super useful. Like, I endorse all of these except for this. No, don't use it. But also, huge tip that I want you guys to know that I love, it's a good one, is use a t-shirt, like this little crop t-shirt that I had. But just literally anything that you have, don't use a towel to dry your hair. I'm using it to catch the water as it drips on me. But all these little fibers that it has sticking up that look like this, it attaches to your hair, and it just grips it and frizzes it right back up, dries it right back out, where these are like entangled within one another. And when you just scrunch your hair into it, it doesn't cause frizz, it just dries it, and it works actually. So boom, use it, love it, do it. And let's see, also really quick note, when I was in Walmart, I seen, okay, so my hair was in really crazy condition because before I washed it and had the wrap, before that I had cotillion, so I had to get my hair done. So I had a little bit of spreads and I had heat on it, and then I turned around and had to put more heat on it for other reasons, and it was ridiculous. I was just so sad every time some sort of heat touched my hair. It's guilt. It's very bad guilt. So when I was walking down the hair aisle, I seen henna and placenta. I've always wondered, like, how does henna, work for the hair? Because I always see it. It's just a really natural mineral and substance that's super good for your hair. And placenta, if y'all haven't caught on, it's disgusting. After a human or a baby or an animal has a baby, the whole sac that the baby's in is a placenta. But it's actually one of the most healthiest things, that a person or an animal can produce. It's mineral, vitamin, everything packed. So when I seen it, it's a conditioning treatment. So I'm gonna just throw this on top of this, and then I'll rinse it out again, and then I'm just gonna have the most conditioned hair of my life, and I'm gonna love it. So Thanks for watching, guys. And for more Cascade videos, be sure to go to whatsupkc.net and be sure to watch more of us. There's a ton of girls and guys who talk about good stuff, and I know you'll love it. And I also want you guys to remember to be inspired by culture. Thanks. Hey guys, quick note. I just wanted to show you all my hair in all its glory. I know I had it up in a bun or a little ponytail when you seen it and I showed the results. But these are the true results. And I know your hair can look like mine. I mean, despite the texture differences or whatnot, we all have healthy hair if we go according to this little regimen. I promise. Alright, bye.